The Fujifilm X-series range of digital cameras consists of Fujifilm's high-end digital cameras and is aimed at professional and keen enthusiast photographers. It is part of the larger range of Fujifilm's digital cameras. X-series itself is not characterized by a single common sensor size, technology or a lens format. Rather, its main differentiating feature is emphasis on the controls needed by an advanced digital camera user. Camera models, in chronological order, here is the set of cameras and camera bodies released by Fujifilm as a part of X-series. Fujifilm FinePix 10-100, prime lens digital camera that uses a custom APS-C-sized CMOS sensor and hybrid viewfinder, and fixed 23mm f2.0 Fujinon lens. Announced at Photokina, September 20, 2010, the X100 launched globally in March 2011. It was succeeded by the Fujifilm X100S in 2013. Fujifilm X10, advanced compact featuring a 2/3-inch 12-megapixel EXR CMOS sensor and a high-definition f2.0 wide-angle and f2.8 telephoto Fujinon 4x manual zoom lens. Announced September 1, 2011. Succeeded by Fujifilm X20. Fujifilm XS1, advanced enthusiast's camera built around the same 2/3-inch 12-megapixel EXR CMOS sensor as the X10 compact. It has a fixed 26x zoom providing range equivalent to 24 to 624 mm at f2.8-5.6 aperture. Announced November 24, 2011. Fujifilm X Pro 1, mirrorless interchangeable lens camera that uses the X-Trans CMOS sensor and the Fujifilm XF mount system of lenses. It was announced in January 10, 2012, and launched in March 2012. Fujifilm X-E1, mirrorless interchangeable lens camera which is a slimmed-down version of X Pro 1. The modifications include removal of expensive hybrid finder replaced by an upgraded electronic viewfinder. New EVF uses a 2.36m.0 LED unit, outspeccing the X Pro 1's 1.44m. LCD finder. It was announced on September 6, 2012. Fujifilm XF1, enthusiast's compact camera featuring 2/3-inch EXR CMOS sensor and Fujinon f/1.8 lens with a 4A optical zoom. It was announced on September 17, 2012. Fujifilm X20, is in the replacement of X10 enthusiast compact camera featuring 2/3-inch X-Trans CMOS 2 sensor, EXR processor 2 and a new advanced optical viewfinder. It was announced on January 7, 2013. Succeeded by Fujifilm X30. Fujifilm X100S, a redesigned version of the X100 with new sensor-based phase detection, same sensor as Fujifilm X-E2. It was announced January 7, 2013. Fujifilm X-M1, announced June 25, 2013. Has an X-Trans sensor and an articulating screen. Fujifilm X-A1, the lowest price interchangeable lens camera in the lineup, without X-Trans sensor, announced on September 17, 2013. Fujifilm X-E2, successor to the X-E1, with an X-Trans CMOS 2 sensor, larger screen with higher resolution, digital split image technology, Wi-Fi. Announced on October 18, 2013. Fujifilm X-Q1, premium compact camera, featuring X-Trans CMOS 2 sensor. Announced on October 18, 2013. Fujifilm X-T1, mirrorless interchangeable lens camera with a weather-sealed body featuring X-Trans CMOS 2 sensor and tilting LCD screen. It was announced on January 27, 2014. Also the first X-series camera with an optional battery grip, and the first camera from any manufacturer to fully support USB SD cards. Fujifilm X30. Successor to the X20. Announced August 26, 2014. Fujifilm X100T. Successor to the X100S. Announced September 10, 2014. Fujifilm X-A2. Mirrorless interchangeable lens camera. Successor to the X-A1. Announced January 15, 2015. Fujifilm X-Q2. Successor to the XQ1. Fujifilm X-T10. Mirrorless interchangeable lens camera. Minor version of X-T1. Fuji X-mount lenses. These lenses by Fuji are currently available for X-series interchangeable lens bodies. Fujinon XF14 f2.8 f14mm focal length f22 aperture, Fujinon XF16mm f1.4 RWR, Fujinon XF18 f2 r18mm focal length f16 aperture, Fujinon XF23 f1.4 r23mm focal length f16 aperture, Fujinon XF27 f2.8 27mm focal length. Fujinon XF35 f1.4 35mm focal length f16 aperture, Fujinon XF56 f1.2 or 56mm focal length f16 aperture, Fujinon XF56 f1.2 or APD 56mm focal length f16 aperture with apodization filter for smooth bokeh. Fujinon XF60 f2.4 a macro 60mm focal length f22 aperture, Fujinon XF90mm f/2 or LMWR lens 90mm focal length, Fujinon XF10-24mm f4 or OIS, Fujinon XF18-55mm f2.8-4 or LMOIS 18 to 55mm focal length f/22 aperture, Fujinon XF55-200mm f3.5-4.8 or OIS 55 to 200mm focal length, Fujinon XC16-50mm f3.5-5.6 OIS 16 to 50mm focal length. Third-party X-mount lenses. These lenses have been officially announced by manufacturers. Characterized Tote 2.8/12-12mm f/2.8. It was announced September 18, 2012. Characterized Tote 1.8/32-32mm f/1.8. It was announced September 18, 2012. Rokinon UMC spherical and Samyang 8mm f/2.8 fisheye lenses. Samyang 300mm f6.3 reflex ED UMCCS. It was announced June 13, 2013. Samyang 16mm f2.0 ED as UMCCS. It was announced June 13, 2013. The following lens appears on the official Fujifilm roadmap. Characterized Tote 2.8/50-50mm f/2.8 macroplanar. Accessories: M-mount adapter for using Leica M-mount lenses on X-mount cameras. Adapter provides a way to set the focal length of the lens which will appear in image EXIF info, and correct for common color shift and vignetting problems when using M-mount lenses on digital cameras. Wide conversion lens WCL-X100. Fujifilm EFX20 shoe mount flash, a dedicated TTL flash with 20mm equivalent angle using the built-in diffuser. Guide number 20 feet ISO 100 at 50mm position. Fujifilm hand grip HGX Pro1, Fujifilm leather soft case. References